This is a walkthrough session on the new SilverView. So here's the old icon for version 7 and older, and this is version 8 and newer. So I'm going to double click and log in. So I've already installed this, and I'm going to create a new profile. Password is the default login. Login. I'm going to call this demo. Save. And here I can see SilverView without any units in there at all. So one thing you need to make sure is that you have static IP address configured on your network. So I'm running 192.168.0.60 and 192.168.1.60 for my network. So I'll close that. So I can refresh my IP address down the bottom, or if I do a discovery, then it will pop up and ask me which IP address to discover from. So at the top left, that's just unit discovery, so that'll do a blanket search for all. Blanket search for all. Found all of my stream radios and my Series 7 switches. So I'm going to add those to my list. And this version 8 has got the new colours for the greens and the reds, which is quite nice. If I want to organise the columns, it's quite easy. I can just click on the column headers, and I can change, if I'm looking at unit types or IP address, for example. If I right click on the column headers, then I can add things like uptime or security. If I want to see which one of my links are running 256 AES. So if I want to hide that, I just untick the box. So as you can see on my list here, I've got Series 7 switches, I've got 4 Pro range radios, they're running in 2 different links, and I've got a Stream 605 link. So over here I can see what channels I'm operating on the 5 gig, and then I can see what channels I'm operating on the 60 gig. Over to the right I can see my uptime, so how many days, and I can see my link quality in basic graph format as well. If I wanted to do a subnet crawl, then I could, and I had this IP address in my range, then I can type in what range of devices I want to find in there. And if I want to do a targeted discovery, so I only wanted to look for stream range, then I could select the stream and then do a discover on there. If I have a site that I wanted to upload, I could just click here and load the site, or if I wanted to save this site and put it onto a different laptop, then I could just save this site down. There's also, on these different icons here, there's different maps, or I can go full screen map as well. Next to that we have our data throughput tester, and so these are this is equipment because this PC is connected onto Wi-Fi as well, so I'll be able to run a TCP test, a UDP test, or a multicast test, and just see what the throughput is. So you can see down here I'm running a 98 meg over the Wi-Fi to a computer that we have on our network. If it was running through these links, then you'd see the throughput coming up in SilverView over there as well. So I'm just going to stop that test. And over here we have logging, so the far right button with the clock on, so I can choose which unit I wanted to log, and what this logs is everything you see on these stats. So if I right click, not there, if I right clicked on say a stream and go to statistics, all of these stats would go into the log. So under tools, I can go down to OnVIF support, and I can do another discovery, and this should find all OnVIF cameras which are on the same IP address range as what I have on my current IP address. So I can see my current IP address on the bottom, which is 192.168.0.60, and I found my radios here, my cameras here, which is 0.110, 0.100 and 0.120. So I'll add those, and now I can see my cameras in SilverView. Now if I wanted to start, if I uploaded a map, say from Google Earth, then I could just drag and drop my radios onto the map, and I could start building up my network on my map like this. And then I might say, okay, well, I know at those locations then I've got cameras, so I'd say, okay, I have my camera, one camera there, I have another camera here, and I've got a camera here. And oh yes, don't forget I've got my switches, so I'll put my switches here, and I'll put my switch here. And if I hover over the icon on the map, it tells me what IP address it is and what it is, and if I right click, it gives me all the same actions as on the lines at the top, like doing a continuous ping to the device, or going into its configuration page. If I hover over the line that's drawn between the two radios, it tells me what my received signal strength is and what the link quality is. So the link quality on that's decent, and the link quality on this one's good as well. So it's fairly straightforward and simple. If I wanted to use quick config, I can right click, go to quick config and log in to the radio. Admin and password is the default. And here I can see I'm running AES plus 256, that's my security key, here's my IP address, and I've got, I can change my unit name, I can change my channel bandwidth. So there's lots of settings, and then once I've changed that, I just click set config. So it's quite straightforward to use quick config. Failing that, I can double click, and that'll take me straight to the unit's GUI, web GUI, for its login page. If I wanted to filter the unit, so say I only wanted to see pro range equipment, then I just go to pro range and it's filtered it. Or I can just say I only want to see stream radios and it filters it. If I just want to see all units, it shows it all. So there are other features like changing the password. You can add a device to monitor by ping, so you just type in the IP address and then give it a name, and that will just run a continuous ping on that for you. And because I created a site, if I wanted to delete this current site, I just delete it, or if I wanted to rename it, I can rename it here too. So hopefully that's been useful. That's the end of my walkthrough. If you have any questions, then please email us at support.silvernet.com. Thank you. Or support@silvernet.com.